Hey, what's up? So while I'm trying to figure out what my Preptober plans are, I'm gonna do a book tag this week. This tag is called, Why Haven't I Read These Books Yet? Calling ourselves out. Pretty self-explanatory. Why haven't I read these books yet? So the guy who created this has a channel called Another Bibliophile Reads, and he got the idea from watching another person talk about why she hasn't read certain books, just like a, talking to the camera kind of thing, and he turned it into a tag. So anyway, first prompt, classic book. What classic book have I not read? So I know I've said things about classic books. I have not read a lot of them. However, there is one specific book that I probably should have read, and I haven't even seen the movie, okay? Why haven't I at least seen the movie? And that is Dracula. I feel like I should have read Dracula, like 20 years ago at least. I've seen Blackula. I've seen the, what's his name? What's that dude's name? The guy from Airplane. Yeah, I've seen Dracula Dead and Loving It, but I have not seen the actual Dracula. Why? Why haven't I done that? And I've been thinking about it recently because Tumblr is all over the Dracula Daily. Dracula Daily is they email you what happened on that day to you on the day that it happened. So it's like you're kind of getting it in real time. And I always know when a new installment has been emailing to everyone because to my Tumblr dashboard is just like all Dracula. And I like vampires. I do like vampires, like, all that crap. But I've never read Dracula. I guess I don't really have a real answer as to why. I just have not. And I probably never will. Number 2, fiction books. What fiction book have I not read? This one I chose, whatchamacallit? A Japanese book. I haven't even downloaded this thing. Oh my god, this is like the worst cover. It's like, look at this. It's so white. The camera doesn't even... Oh, jeez. There, if I do it sideways, then it registers. Okay. How would you put that in English? It's got... Oh, it has a comma at the end, too. So that would be... Would that be you talking or something I heard about you? I don't know. Anyway, honestly, I don't know why I bought this book. I know that I bought it for a reason, but I don't know why, because it sounds so unappealing to me. So we got Asuma and Kaito. I don't know which one is which. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this one is the guy that doesn't like people, and this one is the one getting married. Just off of vibes, okay? I don't know which one is which. But, yes, okay. They've been friends since high school, okay? Asuma doesn't like people, and Kaito is the only person that, like, hangs around him all the time. And, apparently Kaito, kisses him randomly, and Asuma's just like, okay, whatever, that's normal. And then goes on with his life, like, he's like, whatever, he's just doing whatever he's gonna stop one day. And then one day, he does stop. He's getting married to a woman, and then all of a sudden, now Asuma's like, What is that? What is that BS? Why did I buy this book? Idiots! It's a book about idiots. Why did I buy this? How long? It's probably not that long. Let me see. Okay. Reading the rest of the chapter titles, then it's pretty much about you. Okay? Like talking about you. That's what the title means. Because the second chapter is called About the Day We Graduated High School. Third chapter is about when we became shakaijin, we entered society, blah blah blah. So yeah, it's Kimi Hanashi's about you. Anyway, that's my answer for number 2. Who knows if I will ever read that book. Number 3, a nonfiction book. All of them. How about I say that? I've read like 3 nonfiction books in my entire life. I don't really read nonfiction. The last one I read was Ace. Is it just called Ace? I think it's just called Ace. By who the hell? Angela Chen. Yes. So here's the deal with Ace by Angela Chen. Looking back on it, I probably missed a lot of the book because I was listening to it while playing a game. Okay. But there was something about that book that kind of like, It was putting me off a little bit. Angela Chen, she just has like this, she feels like she's, like sex negative, okay? But she's trying not to be. That makes sense? Like she's got her own crap, but she's like not projecting it out. Or she's trying not to project it out, but I can kind of like see it beneath the surface, you know, like it's leaking out a little bit, but it's not that bad of a book. I think I was a little harsher on it when I actually did a video on it, but like looking back, it wasn't that bad. This is not what this tag is about. Why am I talking about a book that I've read already? Anyway, there is one book that I probably should read eventually. What's the guy's name? Sugihara Chiune. He's the guy in World War II who he was like a Japanese ambassador in Bucharest, I think, or somewhere, and he was writing the book is called Visas for Life, okay? And he was helping Jews escape with visas to Japan, basically. Were they to Japan? Oh man, I don't know if it was directly to Japan. Mother fricker. This is why I need to read this book, because I always forget the details of this. Yay, okay. He issued transit visas to Jewish people so they could travel through the Japanese territory, okay? And like, if he got caught, he would have died. Like, he would have gotten killed, obviously. He was in Lithuania. Why did I think Bucharest? Did he live in Bucharest at some point? He was in Bucharest for a while. Yeah, but he saved like thousands of people. And like no one knows anything. Like no one knows who that is. They know Schindler, but they have no idea who this guy is. And he actually saved a lot of people. Like he was, like as he was leaving, like he was signing visas and just throwing them out the window, like trying to like, you know, save like the last few people that he possibly could. So I think I should probably read that book. His wife wrote it. His wife wrote it, and then his son translated it into English. So I hear that the writing is not that great, but the story is there. And put it up here. Make a spot for it. This book. That should be the nonfiction book I should read. And why haven't I read it? Because I am a massive mood reader. Massive. And it seems kind of depressing, but it should be on my list. Number 4, a genre book. Any kind of genre, I guess. Science fiction is what I'm going for. This one, The Girl with All the Gifts. Why haven't I read this book? It's got zombies. It's post-apocalyptic. It's actually a good story. I really loved the movie. Why haven't I read this book? What is wrong with me? This is like personally made for me. And how long has it been sitting in my library? How long? God knows, okay? I hate that the copyright stuff in ebooks is at the end. 2014, okay? I've had this at least 6 years. When I know that the movie's gonna be good, okay, for a book, I always like to watch the movie first. Because if I watch the movie first, then the movie won't be a disappointment. So I did it the right way, and I never followed through on reading the book. That was the easiest one to answer. I'm stupid. That's why I have not read that book. Last question. Number 5. The book you've owned for the longest time, but have not read. And that one, I went into storage for, okay? First, I thought it was this one. The Partials. I have no idea why I didn't read this. Actually, you know what I do? I do know why I haven't read this. This was bought during an era and was not conducive to reading. How about I say that? That's what I'm gonna go on. And then the time passed me by, and now I don't really read physical books, you know? I mean, I guess this one would be easier to read because I don't have to actually like hold it open. I can just put it down. But it's actually a big one. This is a big book. You know, for a YA book. This is YA, right? Let's check it out. ADHD kicking in just a little bit. I'm still mostly on topic. By Dan Wells, okay? This is young adult dystopia. Right up my alley. 468 pages. It is kind of long, isn't it, for a YA? How much did this cost me? $18. Why was I spending $18? You know, I was not in the $18 spending time. Anyway, when I went to go pull that book out, I saw an older book. And which is actually kind of weird because back when I used to read physical books, it's very rare that I'd buy a book and I wouldn't read it. Like I didn't have a pile, a TBR pile. Like my list on Goodreads, my TBR on Goodreads is miles long. But if I actually bought the book, I would read it. Even actually, you know what? Even with my ebooks, like I don't have that many. These are the ones that I haven't read. It's not that much, you know? It really isn't that much. Like I don't stockpile unread books. Strangely enough, okay? I mean, there's definitely one here that I probably never read, but like I don't stockpile books that I don't read. So it was actually kind of surprising that I had forgotten one, but I had. Look at this. First of all, where even is the title of this book? This is the author. Look, what is this? I can't even freaking read it in the camera. What Happened to Goodbye by Sarah Dessen. Okay. This book is from 2011? 2011. All right. It's 11 years ago. I picked this up. I was in college encountering outside people for like the first time. Okay, really? And I was like, I'm encountering normal people, okay? Maybe I should try to be like a normally person, alright? What do normal girls read? And I bought mother freaking Sarah Dessen. Like, oh, yeah, this is a girly girl book. People read this, okay? This sounds, blah, blah. Yeah, I never read this book. I don't know why I did this to myself. I've just been hauling it around. It's like my little artifact. Like, hey, I have a piece of normalcy here. Never gonna read this. It is entirely uninteresting to me. It was uninteresting to me when I bought it, and it will continue to be uninteresting to me forever. College me. Not in the right mind space. Definitely not. Look, all her books are like that. Can I zoom in? Is she actually like popular? I don't know much about this kind of thing. Sarah Dessen, is she like a really big author? Because look at this. Come on, zoom in. You gonna zoom in? That's the title. This probably sounds terrible because my voice is right next to the microphone. But look, that's the title. That's the title. I can't even... This is an advertisement for her other books. You can't even read the title on the book. Like, what does that say? Lock and Key? I'm going blind, okay? What the hell? This is not like indie published either. Is this? Who published this? This is Penguin. This is a Penguin book. What the hell, Penguin? Who designed these covers? Absolutely. You know what? The aesthetic, fine. I think that it fits the genre, right? But what? My camera just cut me off mid-rant because the file got too big. Resuming to rant. Can you even tell what that says? Like, you could read it from this distance. You could read every piece of text on this book, but the titles of the books they want you to buy, right? Am I going nuts here? 2011, man. What was happening? Because this is mainstream, right? Miss Sarah, let's go to sarahdessen.com right now. Do you exist, sarahdessen.com? It's still here. Okay, her books are much better looking right now. Let's see if I could find this. Okay, here's the books I'm looking for. Lock and Key. Oh, how am I going to show this? This is an interesting booklet. Okay, let me, oh. I suddenly don't, okay. I gotta record the screen. That was weird. Okay, look at this. Her books, yes, they look more modern. It is more modern, right? Please ignore the other crap on the other side of the screen. But look at this. They got bigger. I don't like that. Like the whole screen is book covers. But anyway, here we go. Lock and Key. Here's the new cover for Lock and Key. And I believe, here we go. This is the old cover. Legs in the water. That, look, if the camera is not even in focus, you don't even know there's a title there. That's the title. Okay. And then here's the new Lock and Key. Easier to read, okay? Name has gotten bigger. Title, a little more legible. Okay. Let's see. What happened to Goodbye? Here's the new What Happened to Goodbye. Boom. Here's the original one. This is the original What Happened to Goodbye. This one, interestingly enough, even though the title is like lost, basically, okay, this one is a better cover because it's like actually about what the story is about. This is about a teenager who's constantly moving with her dad to different places and like becoming a new person in each spot for like funsies. You don't get that at all from this. What is this? This is the only thematic cover out of all of them. Looking at all the other covers, they're just like, this tells us nothing. This one actually tells us something, so I got the best book. Okay? I'm just gonna say that. I picked up the best one, even though I have not read it and will never read it. It's still the best. Trust me. That was the last one. Destin, thank you for your service. That was actually kind of fun. I kind of went off the rails a little bit there, but yeah, I'm never gonna stay on topic. There's an open tag, whatever. Next week I will try and think up of a Preptober project. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to finish the rewrite to get to the point where I could like start plotting a second book just for funsies. Like, I'm not gonna start writing the book, but I figured maybe I could start plotting it, you know, just get the basics down. But then I'm like, why am I doing that to myself? Okay, I think I'm just gonna start a whole new project. I'm gonna do the second book for the fanfic I wrote, the other NaNoWriMo. I have not decided fully yet because I'd have to come up with a story, and I have not thought about that in forever. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll come up with a plan, and I'll see you next week. Peace. Wait, Number the Stars is nonfiction? Hold on a second. Is that really nonfiction? No. It's fiction. Why is that in the nonfiction category? Jesus Christ.